Здравствуйте, товарищи, and welcome back to our humble Soviet Republic, nestled deep in the middle of nowhere, seemingly. Off in the distance, though, quaint Ashkakal is starting to show the first signs of life. People have actually started to move in, and what's more, people have also started to move out. Thanks to a hilarious set of circumstances, unfortunate as they might be, we found ourselves missing a tiny piece of pipe that prevented us from providing water to any of our structures, and as a result of that, we have our soon-to-be glorious nation's first and hopefully only escape. I just find these circumstances to be so hilarious. We were being so meticulous, and then the tiniest piece of missing pipe is what cost us this escape. How can you not laugh? But folks, if you're not planning on escaping from this playthrough, you might want to consider subscribing to the channel so you can stay up to date. Seriously, if you've been enjoying Workers and Resources Soviet Republic thus far, this is going to be a long-running series because I absolutely adore this game, and beyond that, I play a lot of city builders and strategic games in general, so if you like that kind of thing, you might want to consider subscribing. Apart from that, if you're enjoying these episodes, please don't hesitate to let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. But with that all said, let's go ahead and focus on the task at hand, and there's quite a bit to do to make sure we don't see any more escapes going forward. And realistically speaking, we're going to see a ton of escapes. We're going to have many times when people are going to be upset for a variety of reasons, but right now I would really like to minimize it because we're in early days and we have a relatively easy opportunity to fix the situation over here by just focusing on exactly what the people are telling us they want and need. Water, for example. Just got to make sure we are actually providing access to all that stuff. And you know, I'll tell you straight, I have a couple of regrets, I suppose, in some of our investments early on. Like maybe I didn't need to chase after the gravel quarry over here or the processing facility over here. Maybe I didn't need the brick factory so early on, but I was excited, damn it. I wanted to get these things up and running. And sure, I got them up. They're not running yet, but they will be soon enough. They will be soon enough, but we will reorient ourselves to focus on the needs of the people and to focus on the people actually coming to the city as well. We're going to go ahead and get a bunch of migrants to come through so we can actually supply workers to these core facilities over here. See, what's going on right now is we have a bunch of resources, sure, but nobody's actually selling them. So people aren't able to get food even though there is food to be had. If they get food without a seller, that's called stealing. The same logic applies to clothes, electronics. Sure, we're not importing those just quite yet, but with just one seller over here, we're not going to be able to get that throughput from the clothes, so we need more workers. The thing is that when a building says it needs, for example, 15 workers, it actually needs 45 workers. It needs 15 per shift. There are 3 8-hour shifts in a day, and so for a full operational day, running 24 hours, you'll need 45 workers in place of 15. So you can tell right away that we're not going to be able to sustain that across all of these buildings with just what we have over here. But we're first going to fill these buildings up, and then we're going to start building additional apartments, basically right away. There are a few other things to do as well, but we'll get to those after we at least get the immigration going here. So the plan is to scope out which houses have room, and the ones that have close to 5 spots available, we're going to get these expert immigrants to come through from the Soviet bloc because we need some experts to facilitate teaching and things like that. So let's go ahead and get some experts over here. And meanwhile, at homes that have room for closer to 10 people, we're going to go ahead and bring regular immigrants, non-expert immigrants, if you will, also, of course, from the Soviet bloc. So let's get 10 in over here. And then for the extremely small houses that can only house like 2 people or so, I'm just going to leave them untouched because I figure there's going to be some overflow, right? Like over here, there's room for 8, but we invited 10 people, so where are those extra 2 going? I'm hoping here. So that's the plan as I take a look and get these immigrants to come through to hopefully facilitate the movement of goods and the consumption of goods as well. Over here, we'll get some experts up over here. Go ahead and get some non-experts here as well. Non-experts, regular immigrants. What term should I go with there? And these houses will leave empty as well for any overflow. Apart from all that, let's go ahead and make sure that nobody is actually waiting at these bus platforms. This is a crucial setting that you really got to pay attention to. Basically, you'll always want separate platforms for workers and non-workers because you want to make sure that a platform that has limited space isn't getting crowded by people who you don't actually want moving around on the buses that are coming through to that destination. But apart from that as well, we've got passengers just standing around waiting here when they could probably be going anywhere else to fulfill one of their needs. So let's go ahead and get that set right, and up over here, we'll do the same for this bus stop, even though it's way out in the middle of, you know, kind of nowhere for the time being, at least. We'll get those settings so I don't forget about them in the future. But that's migration taken care of. There's a few other things before I want to actually hit play over here. First things first, let's consider the sewage situation, and rather the waste situation in general, I should say, as we start having a larger population. It's not going to be that much larger, but large enough that we have to start considering the results, let's call them. So in order to take care of the inevitable waste situation, we're going to expand our waste district, I guess, our garbage district. What should we call it? What would we call it? Our industrial district is kind of what it is, really. And I feel really bad for the people working at the brick factory. It's like, are you for real? We have to be right next to the sewage treatment plant, or not the it's not even a treatment plant. It's just loading and unloading. This place must smell so bad. I feel so bad for the people working at that brick factory. But hey, it's the 60s, and work's got to get done. And so I'm sure they're doing it without complaining. And yeah, I'm sure everyone's just fine. I'm sure everyone is just fine. I do wonder, I mean, like, look, when you work in an industrial town, right, there is a certain smell to it. Some towns you can smell from miles out. If the wind is going in the right direction and you're driving in its general vicinity, you'll be able to say, oh, hey, I'm driving past this town or that town. Same goes for farming towns, right? So, I mean, I imagine to a degree you're just kind of like, not nose blind. I don't think you could be nose blind to sewage, but you're probably just like, yep, that's my life. And I suppose that's the life of the people at Ashkakal, because this is not very far. I mean, how far is that? That's like, maybe like 500 meters away? That's not very far. It's half a kilometer. It's not very far. But it was the need of the times, right? We needed people to be able to reach these things. We needed to have proximity, and so this small little village was established like that. And places like that exist around the world. So I'm not like, this doesn't feel unrealistic to me or anything like that. This is a little village next to some facilities like this, and that's a very real thing. Anyway, I was terraforming and extending our land over here to place... what? To place state infrastructure, maintenance, technical offices. So the technical office is used for a variety of things. It automates the process of snow plowing, for example, which is obviously not something we're going to have to deal with. It automates the process of maintenance and the process of garbage collection. I say automate, obviously we have to provide it with vehicles and things like that, but this should help cover our base there. And apart from the garbage, we also want to deal with sewage. Now the thing is, even though the technical office can hold sewage trucks, we don't actually want to use a technical office for that because it's not going to automate the way we need it to. Instead, we'd want to put down a distribution office, but if I'm not mistaken, I'm actually capped out of distribution offices. Yeah, I've got all my free distribution offices out there already, which is a little worrying because we can't get more until we research distribution office, and that's going to take some time. So, a little concerned, but I'm sure we'll be okay. Instead, we'll go ahead and establish a free road depot. We have access to 5 more of these. Let's make sure we make good use of them. But this one is going to be set up over here, and we will purchase for it a couple of sewage trucks. Let's go ahead and seek them out. The T138, it can move 9.5 cubic meters of wastewater at a time. Let's grab just the one for the time being. That should be enough, but if things get kind of dicey, we'll go ahead and get more. Meanwhile, at the technical office, we're going to want to get a garbage truck. Now, there are 2 options. You're already familiar with the SKD-706RT. We got a couple of those for our demolitions offices, because this thing has a big garbage container for big garbage, whereas the SKD-706RTK is for small garbage. So going around picking up trash from neighborhoods and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get you established. I don't need a snowplow here. Sewage trucks and water trucks won't function from the technical office like I need them to for our purposes here. So we're going to leave that be, and this technical office will probably actually end up being a place for our garbage trucks to stay for the time being. And eventually we'll establish proper technical offices and stuff like that as well. If I take a look at state infrastructure, actually, if I want to get a proper technical services building, yeah, okay, I don't have to do any research, so at least there's that. That's good to know. What about the road depots? Yeah, these don't need any research either, the road vehicle depots. That's good. So when I hit that limit, I'll at least have the option, unlike the distribution offices. Anyway, let's go ahead and at the technical office just say that mixed waste will get dumped over here, as we've already determined previously, and nothing else really matters for the time being. All right, sounds good. So that's being taken care of. Water's all good. We've got everyone living in the houses. They'll move in shortly. Hopefully they'll gain access to all of these goods. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of their other demands, their other needs, as it were. Sports and culture. They're actually demanding these a lot more vigorously, a lot sooner than I would have expected, truth be told. And that's why I was like, nah, we're fine. We can get started. Jumped the gun a little bit. I got a little overzealous. I got a little overly excited. I felt the time crunch. I was just like, oh man, we're taking too long to get people in. But I was wrong. I should have waited a little bit longer. But hey, that's half the fun, right? The time pressure, the stress of the people's demands. Well, let's go ahead and get ourselves some sports. Over in the residential area section, we have a few different options. Football playground, outdoor swimming pool, way too big, way too involved, way too, what's the word I'm looking for here? Like, look, we'll get the outdoor swimming pools in our desert biome once we're filthy rich. There, that's how I'll put it, right? We got basketball and volleyball courts. We got all kinds of options, actually. The basketball and volleyball court actually does sound pretty interesting. 6 workers, 48 visitors. It produces garbage, though. The thing is that of all of these options, the football playground is the only one that doesn't produce garbage. Because it's a beautiful sport. How could it produce garbage? I'm joking, obviously. The football playground alternative over here does produce garbage. But yes, football playground seems like the way to go. It makes things a bit simpler, and it's a decent capacity as well. 1 worker, 22 visitors, that's not bad, versus 6 workers, 48 visitors. Yeah, so let's go with the football playground, and I feel like right behind our schools, right next to the pub, is a very suitable place for something like a football playground. So let's go ahead and pop a couple of these down. Make sure they are connected to, power, for example. Let's establish you. Let's hope they're lined up as well. Yeah, you look lined up. So let's pop you down over here. Pop another one down right next to you. Do we need 3? Maybe eventually. Sure. Let's put 3 down. We might not build all of them all at once, but that's enough for, what, 66 people at a time? Yeah, sure. And this feels like training fields, right? You get all the different classes out there. Yeah, one's reserved for the kindergarten kids, one's reserved for the middle school kids or high school kids or whatever, and the other one is for the people who are drunk out their mind coming out of the pub. Yeah, that seems like a decent balance. Let's get a mud path going through this way. Yes, perfect. It'll fit. We will eventually upgrade this to gravel, but, you know what? Here's how we're going to do this. We're going to go ahead and split this, and I'll explain why in a moment. So let's get you up to, come on now. Rather, let's go with the regular footpath. See how far I can get you up to. Being very particular about where it'll fit. I don't know if it'll actually let me connect these buildings as a thing. The curves might be too tight. Too sharp. So let's try up to here. So sure I can nudge it just slightly more over. I know it sounds like I'm being particular, but I think it will make a difference to our connections, and that's why I'm doing it this way. So let's pull you out to there. Can I connect you? Ah. Oh, I can be so picky sometimes. That's fair. All right, we'll have to adjust this a little bit. My apologies, folks, but let's go ahead and pull these guys back ever so slightly. But I do want to put the buildings down first because it'll make things a bit smoother. So let's align you to the back of the kindergarten instead. Yeah, that'll give us enough room. So 1 and 2 and 3. All right, that should be good. Let's get our regular footpath set up like so, up to here. Should be able to connect. Yep, excellent, excellent, and excellent. And then the rest of this, for the time being, I'm going to make a mud footpath. And the reason for doing it this way, like I said, I would explain. The reason for doing it this way is that I can actually go ahead and immediately build these two football fields, playgrounds. Then I can upgrade this patch of road, build this one, and then upgrade this patch of road, or rather I can say build this patch of road. That'll give me access to this one, so I can build this one. Then when I upgrade this patch of road or footpath, we'll still have access to these two playgrounds. So this should allow us to get access to the activity right away, but it'll also allow us to actually upgrade these roads without cutting off said access. Should work as intended, and over here we can go ahead and connect to the main pedestrian path there, and that should be all well and good. Question then becomes, what comes next? So that's sports taken care of, hopefully. If we need more fields or anything like that, if we need more variety, I do believe we can fit like a tennis playground or something in here. Yes, we can indeed. Excellent. But that's not necessary just quite yet, so we'll hold off on that. But I did see it flash green, so we know the option is there. If only, there we go. So we know the option is there. Fair enough. That's that taken care of. Next up is culture, and why don't we go ahead and establish a cinema in downtown Ashkakal. Well, what'll be future downtown Ashkakal. It's still just a little village, right? But it's becoming a town. I mean, once you have a theater and well, football fields, I don't think that changes anything. But having a theater, having the cinema is probably upgrading you to small town vibes, right? Right? I don't know. What would you guys say the classification is? I'm actually genuinely quite curious. But let's go ahead and flatten this out. We'll put the cinema down over here. Easy access in what will eventually be the center of town. And it also is right next to the bus stop. So people coming in from a distance will be able to hop on over to the cinema too. You are not lined up perfectly, are you? And you're never going to. One try. You know what? Feels a bit closer. Sure, I'll take that. Pop you down right there. And eventually I would like to upgrade these roads. Oh no, don't do that to me. Oh, there we go, beautiful. It was just a bit of layering, Z-indexing there. I would like to upgrade these roads at 1.2, but I'm not going to fuss with this until people have a proper supply of everything they need to stay happy. But we will eventually upgrade these roads. These roads will need to upgrade as well so that we have quicker movement of resources and stuff like that. But again, not in a rush there. Something I am in a rush for, though, that I said I would do before we brought people in, but then completely forgot to because of my excitement, is the fire station. I believe we have access to a pretty small one over here. Yep. So let's get this fire station. I think somewhere up over here makes the most sense. Previously, I was thinking, oh wow, it would fit very nicely right in the middle over here. And I was actually initially thinking, like, yeah, somewhere over here probably makes sense because, you know, it's central and all that good stuff. But then I got to thinking, well, I want very easy access to all this industrial stuff, and probably makes more sense to have it up over here. It has access to all the you know, resources it needs, water, sewage, and all that good stuff. And then it has easier access to the industrial area for when inevitably there's a fire there. So I think this corner actually makes sense, and eventually we might put one down over here, or we might, you know, put one further down at the other end of town or whatever it might be, and then we're kind of end capped or bookended by fire stations. I think that works nicely. So where to put you, buddy? Let's drop you down right there. I think that'll work nicely. We also, on the topic of fire stations, need to actually get emergency vehicles. So over at our small clinic, we should go ahead and buy an ambulance. We have a couple of options: speed, top capacity. Well, each of these can only fit one passenger. Some are cheaper than others. Only difference seems to be engine power. Engine power determines how quickly a vehicle can overcome changes in incline. So it's not that much of a difference. We'll go with the cheaper option here then. The B1000 feels kind of cool. Sounds like T1000, which is good in my books. I haven't sworn loyalty to any particular manufacturing nation or anything like that. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Maybe that'll be fun. Y'all let me know what you think about that. But for now, the B1000 from East Germany will do the trick. Sounds good to me. It'll make its way over, and it'll make it a lot easier for us to actually facilitate healthcare. And you can see here right now how the small clinic has a doctor, but because there's not also staff, the patient is actually waiting for treatment. So it's not ideal. You do need a bit of both. We got to start building housing. How do I go about doing this here? Let's go ahead and prioritize 2 of these football playgrounds. And probably housing. How much of an impact is the lack of culture here? I mean, it's not nothing, it's not insignificant. In fact, it seems to be more... No, it's just shy of the impact of lacking sports. We do need to rush the apartment buildings, actually. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at residential areas. Small is good for 20. I don't think that's going to be enough for us right now. These will build a lot faster. But these small flats, I don't think are the right call. Do I really not have access to water all the way back here? Ooh, damn. Alright, okay. Well, in that case, if I go with the medium buildings... This one's so much larger. 110 workers. Okay, if I go with the large building... Huh. In all my time looking at pedestrian access, I ignored access to water. And that's okay, because we can simultaneously build another outlet distribution hub. What are they called? Substation. Took me a second. Well, geez. Let's start simple. Let's start with easy access, right? So I'll put you down over here. Now let's see. You would make room for 157 workers, but that is a lot of resources that we have to bring in from outside. And you got to think about the time it takes to do that. 80 tons of bricks, 14 tons of steel. 40? 14. Okay. Oh man, that's a lot of workers though. It's hard to say no to that. Kind of hard to say no to that. These low quality rural flats as well. These guys are significantly smaller, but 10, 30 workers at a time, I don't feel that's... They'll arrive sooner is the thing. Sorry, I'm just doing some quick, like, super quick math here. Like, if I get these flats in place, then maybe that's not a terrible idea, a good middle ground. 50 workers, relatively quick to get all the resources in place and built up. Because right now we're reacting, right? We're in reaction mode right now. So, sure, perhaps a medium residential building is what's called for, and perhaps we actually place you, like, back over here. Because I wanted those long buildings over here. We have so much room for them, it feels a shame to not actually take advantage of that. So we can put you down over here somewhere. And what I wouldn't mind doing is, again, dirt road first, and get a couple of these lined up over here. I want to do them like this. Okay, let's try something here. Let's get a dirt road coming out from over here. Like so. And let's get a back road over here. Like so. And the medium can go up here potentially. And just planning this out for the time being. So we can get one situated over here nicely. It'll have access to the bus stop, it looks like. Yes, excellent. And the cinema. So it'll have access to everything. That's what's crucial here. Go ahead and pop you down, buddy. Over here. Let's be reasonable. I don't want, like, imagine living here and these guys are just kind of creeping up like that. Nah, I'm in charge. We don't have that happen here. It's not like the real world. Though it probably should be. Pop you down there. Alright. Then I can fit another one over here, or I can just put you up like this as well. Can't build you to infrastructure. That's an interesting limitation. Okay. A little bit further back than I would have liked, perhaps, but not that bad. Not that bad. Need flat terrain. Happy to give you that, buddy. There we go. Old tricks. Alright, so I can actually put you like this, parallel to the other one. It's not like I'd be able to fit another one by doing that. Or do I do this instead? Just trying to figure out the lay of the land here. What would I fit behind it is the question, right? Do I fit something behind it, or do I fit something next to it? I can't put another football playground down if I decide to put this building down, so that's worth keeping in mind. And I think that's an alright sacrifice. We have other room for other sports fields and stuff like that. So sure, let's go ahead and drop you down over here, and we'll find something for here. Watch, yeah, I was gonna say watch this playground fit. Tennis playground. Oh, maybe? Nah, it's too close to existing buildings. And that's fine. That's fine. I might just, like, attach a road here. So this will be good, right? That's 100 workers right there. That's decent, and it should be built quickly enough. Construction is active. How much should I prioritize you? Probably higher than the fire station, funnily enough. Definitely higher than the cinema. Alright, so you're a higher priority, and you're a higher priority. Okay. With all that in place, folks, I think we can let time start, but there's still a lot to do to make sure we're taking care of our people. So I'm nervously, but out of necessity, going to get time rolling. Alright. Happiness is up. Health is looking okay. And we still have just the one escape. Beautiful. Call it a success. That's the session, folks. No, I'm joking, obviously. Alright, what's next? Well, it's come to my notice that some of these buildings don't actually have access to our sewage tank. These guys are all the way out over here, so they're not actually getting their sewage collected. Same thing goes for our cinema, and for anything else that's going to happen over here. And that is a bit of a problem. So, let's get ahead of it before it becomes, well, the problem that it can actually be. We've caught it now, so that's good. The thing about sewage is that it relies on gravity, and it can get quite complex. So placing the sewage tank higher up is almost a necessity. This sewage tank, I mean, it's pretty flat over here, which is not great. Oh man, alright, let's see what we can do over here. Over to our plumbing, over to our sewage tank. 'Cause here's the thing, it's like that, it can't be there, it's gotta be like here at the most, so that it connects to here as well. But we'd be wise, because this is covering all of this, we'd be wise to establish our next sewage tank somewhere over here, for example. Somewhere over here. But that pipe is going to be so tremendously long. It's going to be so tremendously long. Now, this guy is covering all of our new construction. Yeah, so that's good. That's good. This is going to be lower down, isn't it? Planning this is probably going to take a second. I could raise the train a bit. Could raise the train a little bit. My original temptation is to actually pop it down right over here, so it's like parallel to this, but then the piping would actually have to go like up and back down or something, just so it can get the movement, I think. We can try this, actually. We can try this, but first I just want to really quickly take a look at our situation here. Yeah, okay, just the one escape still. I'm exceedingly nervous about our escapes situation. Unable to get clothes is a serious problem, eh? I wonder if I shouldn't just assign workers. The workers can't work because there's no kindergarten. Well, there is a kindergarten. You're within walking distance. Was there just no staff there at the time? Oh man, trouble. Lots of trouble here brewing. I can't wait for these buildings to get built up. They should absolutely be the highest priority. Yeah, it should probably be even higher priority than the playgrounds. Maybe one playground can be a high priority, the other has to be medium priority. I think that's probably better. Should have done that before we resumed time, because now a lot of resources will get dumped over here, and yeah, they should have been sent to the residential units instead. The fact that this isn't lined up is going to bother me for the rest of my life, isn't it? Are there any vehicles headed over right now? There are. Yeah. Yeah, there are. So I'm not going to get in the way of that. That's fine. Small town vibes. Small town city planning. That's what we'll call it. Alright. Where was I? Sewage. Let's go ahead and plan this while paused, because if something comes up, I want to make sure I'm able to respond to it. And we're still waiting for some of our vehicles to arrive and stuff like that. So let's just take a moment here to establish what? A sewage tank in this general area, perhaps over here, so it's further out. Again, the sewage tank has got to go somewhere, right? Like, you don't want to live near sewage treatment facilities and storage facilities, but you want to make sure there's a sewage tank within a reasonable distance of you. Otherwise, you're having a different kind of trouble. Knock you down over here. This is a good central location. This would have been a good spot for our first one. Nah, I kid. We're covering a lot more with that one than we wouldn't with this one. Okay. Enough kidding. I'll put you down over here. What does that mean for a connectivity? Go straight down from here. Roughly thereabouts. I would like to have a switch here, just so that I'm able to bring sewage in from other points as well if needed, so we can really kind of collect and centralize the dumping. So let's pop the switch down. Well, let's mirror you. And pop the switch down over here for the time being. Let's see what this does for our pipes. So you can connect, it looks like. Yeah, easy enough. But this, I guarantee you, is going to have a slope problem. Yeah. Now what I could do is, if I just took it straight down, it would go. And in fact, you know what? Oh, that's tempting. That's a lot of concrete. That's a lot of gravel. Jeez. But boy, ain't it tempting. I want this to work. All right, let's try and figure this out. We have access to these sewage pumps, and what they basically do is they take sewage. They allow you to pull sewage down deeper into the earth, and then pump them back up so they can be dropped again. But I don't think. Well, actually, hang on a second. What if I do this kind of a thing? What if I put the sewage pump over here? Let's see if this will work. 5 meters. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but let's see if that does the trick. This might actually work. Hang on. Oh, okay. And no, you're not going to like that because we need a slope over here as well. Won't go any of the way. What if I did something like this? Just for the sake of experimentation. Pop you down here. I'm pretty sure that's not going to work, but it requires proper slope. Okay. Go ahead and get rid of all that. Need the switch still. How? I guess I could... You know what, actually? Hang on. If I go ahead and make this a lower point, I might then be able to do it. Let's find out. It's the uphill part that's a problem. So what if I do directly across? Let me see if this works. That'll work, okay, but will this part work? No. Ooh. Okay, hang on. So it went green at one point. Not for the right thing though. Well, let me do this. Oh. Hey, what do you know? It does work. Kind of funky looking, but it works. Okay. The hell does this mean? Why? Why are you like this? Okay. I'm sure some civil engineer out there can explain this to me properly. Like, well, you see, Party, what you're too stupid to understand is basic gravitational forces, which is probably what's at work here. But why is the curve allowed? And oh, I should not have undone that. Why did I do that? Why did I have to get cheeky? Why did I have to try something different? I should have just accepted my win there. No. What have I done? What have I done? Is that a connection, actually? Hold on. Requires proper slope. We got this, we got this. Trust in the plumbing. Oh, okay. That's an option, I guess. Alright. No. Don't trust in that plumbing. Go around a bit. Damn it. I should have just taken it. I had it. It was mine. Alright. I wonder if I can adjust the approach here a little bit. Like, if I just put it up over there instead. It's a little over. It's not going to be a straight line, but maybe that'll be fine. Now, granted, I have to bring the pipe over from across the ways as well, so let's not forget about that. But let's try this. Let's put you down over here. Sure. Pipe from here down will work. Yep, easy. Yeah, okay, good. That works. I guess I'll take it. I'll take it. So yeah, what's going to happen is gravity is going to bring the sewage down. Then inside here, we've got some pump, like pressure system set up so that the sewage gets pulled up. And we have the slope enough over here to push it down. What this means is now, if I can get sewage to come to this point, which I should be able to from anywhere up over here, from further down, probably not, requires a slope. But you know, I can push stuff over. I've got this figured out at least, so that's nice. Do I want to risk getting rid of this and connecting to here? No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. We'll eventually use that, I'm sure. All right, cool. I was worried I was about to hit like a roadblock over here. All right, now how do we actually connect these things? Let's get our pedestrian paths like so. I'm thinking, why won't you let me connect? Building in the way. Nah, that's fine. There we go. Want to keep these kind of self-contained. We have like empty patches here and there, and that's fine. It's nice to have some breathing room. I don't want everything to be so densely packed that there's no room for, I don't know, eventually when we can say we're rich enough to vegetate this space, to reforest this space, or whatever you want to call it. I want to be able to put some trees and stuff down, build some lore around it. But yes, okay, good. I'm glad we got the sewage set up. Well, we have to actually build it, obviously, but at least we got the pipes and stuff in place, and it's actually working. Let's go ahead and start the construction of plant infrastructure. Let time move forward, and keep you medium priority. Why, actually? There we go. Low priority on these pipes. Get those houses in place. Sewage will eventually become a problem over here, don't get me wrong, but I think we have a bit of time before that happens. Ooh. Actually, we might not. Dang. Oh boy, okay. Let's keep you medium. We gotta make sure this switch has a connection as well. Well, not the switch, sorry, the pump. Something like this, perhaps. Or little block over here of sewage and electrical facilities, I suppose. All right, lots of construction projects on right now. Need concrete and asphalt up over here. Got everything, just need some workers. Good stuff, good stuff. Hopefully they're on their way over. Nope, just a couple of dump trucks. And what's the situation here? Still just the one escape. I'll take it. Hold on. All time? Yeah, okay, just the one escape. Right for a second. Okay, looking pretty good. What's the situation as far as housing is concerned? Do we have room? Okay, so this is left empty. Does it only bring in the number Yeah, it looks like it only brings in the limit. Okay, so in that case, you know what? This one with 3, let's get some experts. Yeah, it only brought in 3 people. Well, I don't know if the other 2 showed up somewhere else. I should keep an eye on these numbers. 113 is the total, right? As opposed to the broken down number? Yeah. So up over here, 113 should become 115. 116. So their kid, perhaps, I guess, came through. That's what makes me nervous. I don't want, like, people dying of exposure or anything like that. That would not be great. Looks like our garbage truck has arrived, and it's going around picking up garbage. Yeah, excellent. So this guy is working for the technical office, so he's going to go around and pick up trash, exactly as you might expect. Whereas our sewage truck, which is only just now arriving after getting a full tank of gas, is going to need to be assigned its work. So if we take a look over here, the sewage loading and unloading facility is empty. It's just a loading area. It's the sewage tank that we have to worry about. This is actually not that topped up. And this sewage tank isn't even built yet, so why am I scrolling down there to look? So that's good. We don't have a backup of sewage, but we don't want to wait for it. There's no reason to wait for a problem before you try to solve it. I mean, I think we learned our lesson just here, right? So let's go ahead and tell Buddy to head on over to pick up the wastewater and to drop it off at Al Balutakia. Go ahead and export the wastewater. Unfortunately, we have to pay people to buy it from us. It's not like people are willingly buying wastewater, so we're going to take a bit of a hit, but that's fine. Our new threshold is 500,000. Let's not cross 500,000 rubles without having some exports that are making us money set up. I realize I had to qualify that because technically we do have some exports now, but let's try and make money off of them, right? That would be nice. What a concept. Up over here, this dumper should be loading from the quarry and unloading at the gravel processing plant. Yeah, off you go, buddy. Again, this was a mistake. This was a mistake, but it takes no workers. We already bought the excavator. It doesn't take power or anything. It just takes this one vehicle going back and forth and wasting a bit of fuel, I suppose. Not ideal. Rushed it a bit, but hey, it is what it is. We have it in place. I'm going to keep taking a look at our all-time... No! I was really hoping we'd manage. It's okay. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I mean, look, happiness is better than it was before, so at least there's that, right? We're working on it. We're working on it. But whatever escapes we have right now will hopefully be the upper limit. What should we set as the upper limit? 5? 10? Is 10 an acceptable number of escapes before we get all this remaining infrastructure in place? Yeah, I should have just built more houses and stuff and done a huge immigration push. Hey, lessons learned. And that's the fun of it. That's honestly the fun of it. I'm not just saying that for the sake of saying it. It's what I've loved about this game ever since it first dropped into early access. When I was playing the early access Let's Play, I didn't know how any of this stuff worked, and I learned through play. I learned through, making mistakes. And if you take a look at that playthrough, if you look at the last episode of it, you'll see like how you'll be able to spot, especially if you're an experienced player, you'll be able to spot like, oh yeah, that's where Party began this playthrough, that's where he moved next, and that's where he moved afterwards. And you can kind of see the development in my familiarity with the game over the course of that playthrough. It's really quite fun. And I played that one when I started that playthrough. Realistic mode didn't exist. This time I'm playing with realistic mode, of course, so it adds a whole other layer of complexity, and my zealousness is best suited for not realistic mode, which is why I like realistic mode so much, because it's going to teach me through punishment. I like when games are a little punishing. They give you room for mistakes so you can learn from them. That's important. You need to be able to learn from them, but you can have fun making those mistakes, and that's absolutely, in my opinion, the DNA of this game. If you go in without kind of reading through the wiki and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm pleased enough. I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate. Look, we'll just ignore the 60s. They were a wild time. People were doing all kinds of things. They were running away for no good reason. It's just proof that we're open borders. People can come in, people can leave, they can do what they please. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Nothing to worry about. I don't like this global market report. Not that I'm exporting oil right now, but the price of oil should always go up. Always. Alright, this construction is happening over here. These guys are progressing away. Slowly but surely. We need to get some bricks and boards over. Oh wow, we gotta lay bricks and then finish the entire construction. Yeah, these are big construction projects. At least the cranes are coming through here. Alright, cool. 2 cranes at this one. Okay. Oh, one's decided it's had enough. The board's coming through. Slowly chipping away, slowly chipping away. We got bricks, we got boards, we got steel. Let's make sure our distribution offices actually are at 60%. Maybe you should be 70%. Yeah, let's get it up to 70%. Just to have a bit more stockpiled, especially as we're starting to do these bigger pushes. I wish this would default to all, so I wouldn't have to click it every time to confirm my my circumstances. But we're looking all right. Actually, hang on. Has no one? Hey, no one's died yet, so yeah, that's cool. And death, as we know, is inevitable, so we're staving off the inevitable. Cool. Working away over here. I think we're okay. And where is our? Of course. I didn't click start. I always forget to click start. How bad did the situation get in the meantime? Pretty bad. Very bad. Let's go. Always forget to hit start. Anyway, we can watch Buddy here make their way over. Can I actually select the sewage tank so you can see it in action? So Buddy's gonna get in there. He's gonna drain the sewage tank. Good. Okay, excellent. I was worried it's going to stay topped up because there's so much backed up sewage, but no, we're good. Sewage problems can cause health problems, as you might imagine. But yeah, he's got 9.5 cubic meters of wastewater in there, and he's going to sell it for us. And I could actually name this line. I should probably call it the Ashkakal sewage export line, perhaps. Sure. At least for the time being, we'll call it that. Now, if I have to assign more trucks to it, I will. But right now, it looks like we're able to keep up. We'll keep an eye on it. Obviously, it's a long journey, but I think with a couple of trips, we'll catch up. Actually, let's see. Let's follow Buddy here. He's gonna go. He's gonna drop stuff off, and he's gonna make his way back. Because if this hits 12 before he's able to come back, that means that he alone isn't going to pull this off, and he's going to need a friend. And you know what? It looks like he's going to need a friend. Yeah, this dirt road is really slowing him down. It's a race. It's a race against the waste. He's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it. Is he gonna make it? Oh, come on, buddy. I believe in you. Get in there. Ah, I just failed. Alright, let's buy him a friend. Gonna need one. Now, unless this one, empties further, this one didn't resist as much, so we might be okay. We'll give him a few more rounds. Won't give up on him so easy. Oh, hello. This got built up real fast. Nice. Alright. Our first housing projects are seeing some serious progress, and we've got our football field here as well. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's all coming together. Nice little patch of green over here. I know I called this our own oasis a handful of episodes ago, but truly this is the oasis. It is great. It's just nice to see it all come together. It's our hard work. At work. 80% done. Resources are almost all here. Current phase can be completed at least. And if we take a quick peek over here... still only 2. I'll take that. I'll take that. This is almost done. Once this is done, we might be in a really good spot, actually. I think we'll be able to provide consistent supply of workers. Hospital, culture, sports. We're working on it. We're working on it all. Alright, the cinema is in progress as well. Needs it. Plenty of steel. Needs plenty of steel. And I'm trying to figure out... This is our road depot, right? Yeah, so we'll get a bus soon to pick people up over here and drop them off at that bus stop so they can start producing bricks. I know I've been saying that for many, many, many episodes, but soon for real now. 100 workers. That's got to be more than enough, right? We'll get those filled up. It's going to be expensive, but we'll get those filled up. We'll see what that does to our situation over here, and then we'll go ahead and figure out the brick factory situation. Feeling pretty good, though. Sewage situation over here? Yeah, we're okay. We're on top of things. This pipe is being built right now. Excellent. Slowly working away. Still bringing in food and stuff. Excellent. Do I start buying electronics is the thing. People are complaining about not having electronics. Actually, quite a bit. The hospital is the real thing. Not enough staff. Sewage tank overfilled. Health risk right at the small clinic. This needs to get built. Ooh, what is this? An epidemic. Well, that's not cool. Seems we're impacted by serious infection causing patients severe complications or even death. It seems that this disease is not very infectious and will not spread easily through the population. The World Health Organization released a warning about global infection. We expect a long duration. So that isn't caused, as far as I can understand, because of our sewage backups. That is a world event. You'll recall in our game settings, we have global events set to being quite severe, and I think it's a result of that. So we can expect deaths to start creeping up, I'm sure. But yeah, hopefully this line gets built soon. We're working away at it, about halfway done. This needs to be built as well. Let's not forget it, please. But this will need to be completed first. And it is receiving some of its materials? No, it's not. They're prioritizing this pipe. Fair enough. I mean, everything will need to get done. This also needs to be built. Alright, well, once these guys are done, I'll prioritize the sewage, because this is not great. And what I could do is perhaps at the technical office, would they go to pick up sewage like that? Try. Yeah, sure, let's get a sewage truck. Worst case scenario, we sell it. Middle case scenario, we just assign it to the road depot and have it support its friend, because eventually we won't be able to keep up. Well, let's see how that plays out. In fact, buddy, let's assign you to the technical office. And unfortunately our line... Okay, our line exists still, so that's good. And I assign you the new guy. Where is the new guy? Oh, right, he's going to be coming from down over here, of course. Shorter road. There he is. Cool, perfect. So you're going to go to loading, unloading, and the custom house. Yeah, perfect. And where's our friend here? There he is. Buddy here is going to arrive there. And let's go ahead and tell sewage to be dropped off over here. Are you going to go and pick it up door-to-door style? Probably not. Yeah, no. You can't really do that. Fair enough. Worth a shot. It was worth a shot. Alright, buddy. Let's get you going as well. Alright, you're assigned to this workplace, so I'll switch you over first. Gotta make sure everyone starts. Set line. Oh no. Have we actually lost it despite our best attempts? Yeah. Okay, fair enough. It's not like it was a particularly complicated one. Start there. Go there. The most complicated part of it was naming it. Oh. Ah, it remembers. Beautiful. I like that. Cool, perfect. What's our situation? Okay, not bad, not bad. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Hey, hang on. Wait. Where do these 35 workers come from? Wait. Where do these 35 workers come from? Did they just come on through? I didn't say to randomly move citizens from existing residential buildings or anything. I know there is often a setting to like automatically bring migrants in when a building finishes. Maybe I had that checked and I didn't realize. Nope. Randomly move citizens is checked. Oh, get citizens is turned on. Okay, fair enough. I was like, wait, what? But that's good. I was gonna get citizens anyway, so I'm glad that is in fact automated here. Wonderful. Now, hopefully, that does make a significant difference. These guys aren't complaining about the lack of access to anything except for kindergartens. And hopefully they'll be a part of the solution there. Are you connected? Are you not? You are connected, yeah. There's nobody working here, though. All right. Well, I mean, hey. Our first housing project has been completed. That's kind of intense. And the second one right behind it is almost done too. But that is kind of cool. Alright. Let's hope that helps. Now again, I can follow these individuals if I wanted to. Working at the school, where they live and all that good stuff. I can follow them around. And a little bit of staff here. Sewage tank is still overfilled. Hopefully this construction will complete soon. Hopefully some of these guys will actually work as construction workers as well. Yes, looks like we had a construction worker helping build these flats as well. Beautiful. All right, good stuff. And again, we will automatically bring some citizens in. If I want to bring more in, I can do that as well. Now we've got the fire station being built up as well, partially using local workers. Excellent. Excellent. This is great. Oh, I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased. And if we take a quick look over here, the only thing that can stop my pleasure right now is, nope, escapes is still at 2. And we've had 2 births. That's right. Be gone, escapees. We'll make up for it. Good stuff. Oh, that makes me so happy. That makes me so very happy. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. It's a little town. It's a little hustling, bustling town. And we built it ourselves from the ground up. Or just a couple of vehicles. Got a bunch of foreign workers coming through to help us out. But from the ground up. Oh man, realistic mode is so satisfying. It's one of those things, you know, when you succeed, it feels so sweet. Alright, are we gonna have sewage backup over here? We have water, we have sewage, we're good. People are moving in. Decent rate now, but looks like the sewage tank is doing okay over here. And looks like we are finally building... Nope, we're not. We're still providing boards for this unfinished plumbing. Because yeah, this is what the underground construction looks like. And the deeper you go, the more you have to, like, invest, obviously. Like, it just makes sense. So it's been taking so very, very long. This thing is also still not built yet. Need these guys to get to work. Not within walking distance of any housing. So it's not just getting local workers or anything like that. This is going to kill me. This is absolutely going to kill me. I just got to not look at it from the top down. It's fine, actually. It's an artistic statement about our progress towards the oil. Yeah, that's what it is. Working on this field now, looks like. See? People are coming through. Happiness is looking alright. Culture will be available soon. No new escapes just quite yet. We got people selling over here. Some of the goods are missing. That's electronics. We got people working over here. I mean, I could start importing electronics. Where is happiness low? Let's keep an eye on these specific houses. Electronics, culture, church, or place of spirituality. Here, a mosque. That's fine. We're not going to look to fulfill that outside of towns where we have mosques. In fact, I mean, we could establish bus stops and train stations and stuff like that. Oh yeah, okay, cool. You know what? We could actually invest in that. Sure. We'll look into that later. Not a rush, though. Things like food and water are probably more important. Look at that. Look at that. He goes, he picks up a little garbage container and Hustles on back. It's just the little details are so wild. Alright, good stuff. Yeah, get that finished. Working away. Working away over here as well. Slow progress, but progress nonetheless. Here, yeah, just about halfway done. Couple bits and pieces left over here. Backed up sewage isn't great. Also, the garbage is... Oh, we have hazardous waste as well. Oh, it's a small clinic. Of course you have hazardous waste. Right. You, my good friend, should shift to there. We should make room for additional garbage trucks. And we should make sure that hazardous waste gets its own dump. Or I guess we could export it. I wonder if... Let's try and find a dump for it instead. Where is our aggregate storage? And that's store hazardous waste. I didn't think so. Very specific kind of waste. Oh no, we have a building on fire. What? No. No. No, we should have prioritized the fire station after all. Are you kidding me? Well, I took a risk. I'm paying the price. This poor guy just working away on his own. This is gonna be... Oh, man. Just the poetic irony of the location of this fire, I swear to God. Fortunately, it's just a small house. It's an old house. Will collapse. That's a real shame. That's a real shame. Demolition office is going to come through and clean this up. Lost a building that we can't recreate. That's history. In both senses of the word. That's history. History in the making, this episode. Our first home, or set of homes that we built ourselves. The first home that we lost, which is a piece of the history of Ashkekal, but if I recall correctly, this was actually an empty home, so we should be okay. Population statistics. Ooh. Natural causes, right? Natural causes. For sure. Old age and stuff like that. Yeah. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, you know what to do. Let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. We have our ups, we have our downs, but overall things are looking pretty good right now at Ashkekal. Let's go ahead and pull back to our wide view over here because I love seeing the development over time. It's just, I mean, look at that. Like, it's grown significantly. We've done a lot of work over here, and yes, it's cost a couple of escapees and a couple of lives, but that is the cost of progress, right, folks? That's the cost of progress. God, it does sting, though. I should have prioritized that fire. God damn it. The game was listening. Hey, Party, remember how you said you were going to do the thing and then you kind of forgot? Wow, this is what you get. Paying the price. It's all good. It's all good. Cuts and bruises. Makes us stronger. Folks, as always, a massive thanks goes out to all of the channel members and patrons who've been supporting the channel on a monthly basis. That keeps us alive and running smoothly, unlike the people that died in that fire. And of course, a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, cheers.